IVM.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM
Daily.
Hi guys, welcome to the final IVM. hold, Karthik. Karthik's already in the party mode, and we're recording this at like 11 in the morning. It's the final IVM Daily of 2018. It's coming to an end, guys. It's the last day of 2018.
Oh God!
With me in the studio, I have obviously Karthik has made his presence felt. I also have Jaanam,
Hi. Hello.
who is not very healthy right now, but that won't stop her from partying tonight.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Alright, so we've been talking a lot about the year that's gone by in the last couple of episodes, and today's going to be like our capping final episode about that. So today's topic is what change did you make in 2018 which helped you change your life or make your life better? Am I correct, Jaanam?
Yeah. What change did you make this year that's had the biggest positive impact on your life?
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that, and starting us off will be Jaanam. Jaanam,
Awesome.
tell us about the top. I mean, tell us what you made change.
I feel like I might be repeating what I've said in earlier episodes, but I, like most people know, I started therapy this year, which has definitely had the biggest impact on my life. And things I learned through therapy, one was just putting myself first, and a lot of self-love and self-compassion.
I see.
Yeah.
Self-love.
So when did you start therapy? Like in how many months has it been?
I started in the month of July or August, I want to say.
Okay, so like the second half of the year.
Yeah.
What was the reason?
Depression and anxiety.
I'm just
Yeah.
laughing not because I want to make light of the situation, but the expression on Karthik's face was like, should I ask another question or is that?
No, you can ask. It's
So
fine.
second half of the year you started therapy, and
Yes.
you think it's had enough impact on you that you think it's a better change in your life. You think you are more carefree now. The troubles you had are taken care of, or you're on your way to take care of them.
I would say it's the latter. I'm definitely not carefree about most things. I would say the immediate issues that were around me at that time have been solved, but now I'm
Right.
moving on to addressing issues that were a little further away and not that immediate to address, but I'm working on other things now.
And at what point did you consider therapy before? What was the final thing where you're like, no, now I have to go to therapy? Because a lot of people feel hesitant before going there. So,
Yeah, one of the things that kind of held me back was the cost of it. I
Right.
was like, it's too expensive and maybe I have to go every week. I don't know how often I need therapy, but whenever I go, I'm going to be, shelling out $2,000, $3,000 from my pocket, which is a lot for 1 hour. And luckily I found a reasonable therapist.
right.
They charge like $850 for an hour. And another thing was... honestly, my mental state was deteriorating day by day, and I was like, man, if I don't do something about this, I'm gonna be seriously like in the pits. I need to
Right.
get out of it. And yeah, I took the step, and it's been great.
So how did you go about finding a reasonable therapist, like someone who charges your amount?
I actually found this person on Twitter. There was somebody tweeting about therapy on a pay what you want basis.
Oh, okay.
And I reached out to this person, but this person was based in Bangalore. But he said his team there's some people from his team who sit from Bombay and offer therapy in Mumbai. So
Right.
he gave me that person's contact, and I
Nice.
reached out to
Okay.
them. Yeah.
What about you, Karthik? Do you have something change you made that made your life better, or had
I'm
a
too
positive?
young to talk about the changes.
Oh
that I
my
made.
God!
Yeah,
Like we are not like old, Karthik. You're
You're never
23.
too old or young to make any changes. You can always.
Yeah, the
do
first
that.
thing that I would say is I made time for my parents.
Okay.
Oh.
So from the past 5 years that I remember, like I used to always spend my birthday, New Year, be it anything, be it any festivals, with my friends. So there was one dialogue that my mom said, and that changed my life. So on my birthday, so she was like, why are you going outside? Like every time, like from the past 5 years, you have not been here.
Yeah. Didn't you reply back with, I'm too young to spend
No,
time
so
with my parents?
So my mom took it to another emotional level. So she was like, beta, it's important for us also.
Right.
That moment was important for us also. So please spend with us.
Oh my God.
So
I hope Karan Johar is listening to this and incorporates this.
I hope he does. So, so yeah, that was the first change that I made. Like, beat anything, beat
Right.
New Year. I managed both the ends, like beat friends or family.
Right.
I have very less friends, so like the ones I'm close with are like really close to.
Right.
And either I get them to home or like I take my parents to the place that we party and all.
Nice.
Not exactly party, but for
Meet
dinner.
up.
Yeah, meet up and all.
Yeah.
So, in what way has this decision been like personally fulfilling for you?
So there's one thing that happened. So my dad became too cool with my friends.
Oh,
So that's a problem. So sometimes he embarrasses me.
You
So
mean
he's like, what's up, brother?
He's
to my
better friends with them than you are now.
Yeah. So they talk about me all the time, and you know the time when your parents try to become cool.
Yeah.
When your friends are around,
Yeah.
like, what's up,
Yeah.
brother? My dad literally is like, what's up, brother? To even my girlfriends. So like, what's up, brother? And he's way more invested into WhatsApp nowadays, and he's talking to my friends.
on WhatsApp?
Yeah,
Is
so
he sending forwards to them?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's the flip side of that.
Right.
Okay.
So, and the other thing, so I was always into fitness, but for the past 2 years, I have been having a lot of fitness related injuries. So I managed to make I managed to balance the fitness and the life quotient, so that I'm not completely into fitness. Like I used to feel bad when I used to miss my gym session or like fitness session. So now I was like, it's okay. It's your life. It's a part of your life.
Yeah.
So it's not your priority. I always took fitness as my priority, and I always thought like I would be earning and I would be investing it in fitness. So that I realized that it's not possible every time. Like if you're working, it's very difficult to balance the traveling and all. So then I thought, let's keep it a thing in my life and let's focus on other things. So yeah, that's the other change that I made. Yeah.
You also successfully completed a keto diet this
Yeah.
year.
You also graduated this year.
Yeah.
Oh my God, someone had an eventful year. And you didn't want to be on this episode. You're clearly the one. I mean,
Yeah.
not to
Yeah, I know.
not to cut down Jaanam's
So yeah, I
achievement.
graduated this year. So
Nice.
that's when I realized like I don't want to study anymore. I realized it long back, but yeah, this graduation degree made it
Nice.
sure. Like, I made it sure.
Now, Karthik, you asked me what change I made in my life.
Abbas,
Yeah.
what change did you make in your life?
So before we started recording, I was thinking and I couldn't really think of anything, but I started to spend a little more on myself and started becoming okay with who I am, like accepting who I am without the pressure of wanting to impress others.
And who are you?
That's a good question. No, in the sense, not having to apologize or explain for my choices. Like this is the choice I make, or this is who I am, and that's just how it is. Like in the second half of the year, I cut down a lot on my stand-up, right? And a lot of people are like, why aren't you doing stand-up? Because I just don't feel like doing it right now. And that's okay. It's not like you have to do this in order to be ever present or in order to show your face to others or whatever, right? Regarding your likes and dislikes, if you like a certain kind of thing, you shouldn't, and if it's an unpopular thing, you shouldn't have to be like, you don't have to explain yourself. Like these are my choices, these are my tastes, and that's just how it is. Also, just like you said, self-care, right? Going out for dinners alone or going out for a walk alone. There's all this pressure of socializing, and always have your happiness should be combined or dependent on another person, right? We're conditioned to be that way.
Yeah.
So to just uncondition yourself from that and be like, you can be absolutely perfectly happy alone and feel complete with yourself. So yeah, spend on yourself, buy whatever clothes you want to wear, or what do you want to read, what do you want to watch. Take yourself out for a movie alone. A lot of people aren't cool with watching movies alone, because the idea of a movie is like to go out as a group of friends or as a couple, right?
Yeah,
But
no, not exactly. I always liked watching movies alone. Going for movies alone. I still do that.
But it's still considered a little, not taboo, but a little off if you admit this. I watch movies alone. People just look at you like, what, alone? So just being okay with that. Like, yeah, I do. And that's just how it is. I don't care what you think about it.
Is it also the feeling that, okay, like maybe a person doesn't mind going alone, but it's like maybe what the people, will look at you and be like, why is this person alone in the theatre?
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, this
Does that
person's a
happen?
loner. Like even on Book My Show, if you select number of tickets won, it says riding solo ? Like for anything else, it doesn't ask that. But for one, like riding solo ? Yeah, Book My Show. Yes.
You want to invite your friends?
So yeah, just being, I'm not saying I mastered that, but being okay with the idea of who you are. Just accepting yourself with your flaws.
Yeah.
But also be aware of the flaws. Yeah. Is that heavy enough, guys?
Yeah, pretty heavy.
Nice. So I think it's a good enough conversation we had about the changes we made, which had a positive impact in our lives. Good to know that Karthik, you've been balancing your life pretty well this year. Good to know that Jaanam finally took the leap, went for therapy. Now it's helping her out.
Yeah.
So we hope you also made some changes that had a positive impact in your life. Do write into us and tell us those things. We shall try and incorporate them in our lives as well. So before we wrap up, let's just quickly have a word about any changes that you have in mind that you want to make in the coming year, in 2019. Jaanam?
It's something that I kind of learned this year, but I plan to implement, like keep it more consistent in the coming year, which is just generally be more pragmatic about my decisions and not let my happiness depend on any other person and just be responsible for my own emotions.
Nice.
On my own.
Karthik?
So for me, like I don't know how to swim.
Okay.
So yeah, I have to learn the skill of swimming.
Yeah, same here.
This year, like it's been like in my it's been on my wish list for quite long.
Yeah.
So now I'm earning, so I guess I can invest. I can afford to invest on a good swimming class.
Oh, I thought you said swimming pool. I can afford to invest in a swimming pool.
Apparently we have a swimming pool in our society.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, like it's
Kharghar has the space, so.
So yeah. A new skill every month. That's what I'm planning.
Oh, nice.
Every month.
Yeah.
That's
We
12
shall hold
skills.
you to this in December 2019 and ask if you have learned 12 skills.
Resolutions are meant to be broken.
Nice. And my change I want to make is I want to travel a little more. I want to see some historical places.
So more leaves coming in from Abbas, guys. Okay, be prepared.
Or more travel related stuff coming on podcast, guys. Keep your ear out for that. All right, that was our episode. Those were the changes we made and what we planned to make for 2019. We hope you had a great 2018 and have an even better 2019. Write into us with what changes you want to make or what changes you did make this year. And we shall read them out on a future episode, maybe of IVM Daily. Do reach out to us on social media. We are at IVM Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can reach out to us personally. My Twitter handle is at Abbas Momin. Jaanam?
At Jaanam Devan on Twitter.
Karthik?
I'd grow up Mohan on Instagram.
Okay, so for one last time, we're gonna sign off. But before we do, we'll wish you all a happy new year. On 3, guys.
Happy New Year, guys!
Bye-bye. See you next year.
Bye.
In all the enthusiasm, guys, I forgot to mention that we'll be taking a short break on IVM Daily. So there'll be no episode on the 1st of Jan, but we'll be back on Wednesday, which is the 2nd of January. So do look out for that episode.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, the show that talks money. On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance, from stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa Vaisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday, and you can listen to my show on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have.
How aware do you think you are of your laws and rights? Do you look up to laws when you are caught up in situations? Do you know what your rights are when you're stuck somewhere bad? Well, here's a show that can help you move an inch closer to being aware of what your rights are. Tune into Know Your Qanoon with me, Amar Rana. This is a podcast meant to answer all your law-related queries. Catch Know Your Qanoon every week on the IVM website or the app or anywhere you get your podcast from.